you with some guys, you might be like, wait, again? He's pulling out D5 every 2 weeks. He's a cop to his employee. He's no. Well, you can make of it what you want, but yes, I pulled another one. And that another one in this case is a Nikki, which is not in my top 10 most wanted, which you have seen in previous video. But it is definitely a S+ tier for me. I think it's a very strong unit overall. It is recently nerfed to where her max or like the multi-hit or that used to be 5 is now a 4. Still incredibly strong. I definitely will be using it. I don't think I will be spamming it though, like in RTA or anything. But I think this is one of those super all-round units. It's kind of like a Nefties-ish kind of level of unit where you can use it in a lot of different content. So definitely a very strong unit. I will spam this in like TOA, that kind of like TOA hard clearing, like not that you actually need anything for it, but will actually be used in their arena offense. I can actually use an arena offense. I have been using it in the, well, this is just rifle battles, but I've been using it this way to clear it in arena offense because this is kind of the same thing as what I do with the Feng Yang. I do think that the Feng Yang team that I normally use is a little bit stronger than this, but it is just a way to use slightly different units where I can use the Dom attack buff on that, and then, yeah, just with this thing, it totally works. It totally works. It's super strong. I do have a rolled guild battle, which I will do in a second as well, which I do have a team in that a guildie of mine actually did show me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna use that. That looks very cool. I will definitely be using Nikki all the time in that one. So, very nice unit. RTA-wise, I will be using it in RTA. However, I don't think it is a spam pick anymore. Whereas before, you did see a whole bunch of people like Kaylee and Bao, they went for like a Maximilian into a Nikki, and then the Nikki was actually built on like crit rate and a lot of damage, and you could do an insane amount of damage that way. I don't think she is like, because of this nerf, like a lot of people are like, oh, Nikki became unplayable, she's terrible right now. I think she's not as good as a pure damage dealer, which she was at back at that day while having a heal that 4 heals. Plus rotation on skill 1 plus a cleanse on this, which I think was a little bit naughty on that side. But I do think she's still very good as more a bruiser form. So I think for me, she's going to be more towards like a 3 or 4, maybe a 4 or 5 pick. And then pairing it up with like the Dom, or pairing it up with a Sierra, or some of those kind of things. I definitely do think I see a very strong pair with the Dom and the Nikki. Let's say you lock in the Holy Trinity, and then you lock in a Nikki with the Dom in the last 2 slots. I think that's pretty strong. It is true that her attack buff doesn't scale that well on these 3, but most of the times you don't have all 3 anyway. So definitely do think she will be used for that. But RTA-wise will be in a different video. I'm not sure about the bolt, if I will keep it this way, or I might make it a little bit more tanky or anything like that. But this is the bolt as is right now. But for RTA, there will be a different video. This video will be more on like just showcasing it on a bunch of places and talking about where I want to do it, how I want to do it. So might you ask, once again, there's always the people that ask, it's like, how many LD scrolls did you do to get this unit? Well, the other time on stream, I did like, I think I did like 20 scrolls without a single lightning. Then I bought a few more packs and I got a few LD scrolls from just the things that you normally do for your siege and whatever. And on the very first scroll, lightning, and that was the Nikki. Funny enough, I pulled another new unit right after that, which is very rare for me to pull new units, 2 of them. So I had like, I think it was like 8 LD scrolls or something like that. But yeah, since Humble, it's been a pretty short time. I think it's been like 3 weeks or so. But the funny thing is, I pull another new unit, and what can I pull new? Well, currently for Dark, I only miss 2 units. For Light, I also only miss 2 units. Well, it shows 3, but I have this one in the different one. But I pulled this thing. I never had this thing. Like, legit, I never had it. And now it is. Did I place it in storage? Yeah, I think I placed it in storage because it probably got picked up with an auto-select at some point. But yeah, I pulled that thing, which I never had before, so I do have this thing right now. Am I really going to use it? Probably not really. It's a dark tank, it's okay-ish, but nothing crazy. So I'm only missing String Master right now and the Dark Siri, which are pretty interesting ones to miss. For Light, I'm only missing this thing I have in the other version, this thing I have in the other version, this thing I'm missing, and that thing I'm missing. So I'm only missing 4 units for Light and Dark Net Force, which is not that much at all. But then to showcase how would that team actually look like against a proper team, so let's use it against something that doesn't have too much crazy amounts of damage. Let's say this. You don't want to put it into crazy amounts of damage because in the end it is not a Feng Yang, it is not an Alaya. Those things tend to survive everything and can survive everything. Whereas this, it is a little bit less of we're surviving everything. It's still very good though, but it is a little bit less of that. Just a little bit. You can get some pretty decent hits in that way and then nearly die and actually almost die. Almost die, not dead yet. Kind of dying. Full HP heal. The heal of her is pretty nasty though. So yeah, this is just a fun way of using a different team where you can use the Dominic and a Leo in that way. Like if you don't have a Feng Yang or something like that. But to be honest, if you have these units, it is somewhat likely that you would also have a Feng Yang. But I would say that this is a little bit of a faster way of clearing everything than the Feng Yang team in most cases. Because the Dom just hits so much more than that a Feng Yang would ever would. Plus the Dom is going to deal damage every hit that he can do. Whereas a Feng Yang often goes for the S3 or the S2 and then it doesn't really do anything and doesn't really help. So with that, it is a little bit faster and it is a little bit more damage that way. But yeah, just a different way of using it if you're not really using her too much. But I would be surprised if people are not really using Nikki in the first place. Might you ask for the runes? The runes on these two is just super tanky. And on this thing, it is a lot of attack and HP. And then also destroy on that. And then additional damage by attack. And then this thing is also just, well, could max out the resistance, would help out a little bit more. And then also additional damage by attacks and stuff. So it's pretty much just that. Then the next question is skin. Which skin is actually the best? Because I do have the skins for RTA, but they are of course not placed on the Nikki for this one. So I did place them on a lot of the units, on the units that I didn't have with the light and darks if I wasn't using the others too much. But in this case for Nikki, I didn't have this one. So I am not sure which one I want to use yet. I'm thinking about this one, but let me know in the comments which one I should do. Maybe I'll list to you guys in the comments. So the moment I make a video on Nikki and RTA, I'll be choosing whatever skin I will be taking. But I'm thinking about this one right now. It's pretty cool with the bear like throwing a fucking like safety whatever thingy it is called, like safety tube or some shit. It's just kind of funny. This skin, I kind of like it because of like the bear with it this way, but I don't really like the eye patch that much. It's not really my style. And the other ones, yeah. I don't like the Halloween skins that much. It is kind of okay, but I think I'll probably go for this one. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Then for Siege or World Guild Battle, I will have another preset, which is going to be this one, which just for quickly throwing the runes, Swift Chandra can boost up the rest of the team. This thing with shield set, so I don't have to put Swift Chandra on shield as well, so I could make it a little bit faster. And then this thing for the main damage. In this case, we would need damage on light because I'm also going to be using it against that team, hoping that he doesn't have a Swift Chandra as well. And then my other hits are just a bunch of typical hits that I mostly do all the time. I think everything is runes. Let's see, we right away start off with the Chandra team. Well, Chandra team, Nikki team, that's the main thing. Nikki, so we do want to put that on you, so you have another extra buff to deal more damage from. Then let's see how much damage that already does. It does do a good amount of damage. I'm not sure who's moving next. I could almost kill you already even. It already is dead. 70k on that. Wow, that is a lot of damage from that Federica as well. Okay, I'm already loving this team, man. That's some insane damage right there. Also, Nikki is already proccing like crazy. But yeah, this is a pretty nasty team right there. I do have pretty good runes on the Federica as well. That definitely does help out. I farmed so much, what's it called? So much giants that my fatal runes are just that good that it just works. Okay, he did stun me over there and I didn't get an armor break on middle, but I don't think that unit would solo me from itself. It would be a little bit annoying if he starts proccing and doing a lot of damage, but I think it should still be fine-ish. I hope. Maybe I should have actually went for a heal block. That would have been more interesting. The glancings are a little bit annoying though. Okay, at least he has 2-turn heal block right now. Don't kill me. Okay, he did kind of kill me-ish. Can we get a despair stun or something? Nope. Didn't prolong the heal block. Would this kill? I hope it does. Otherwise, next hits. Nope. I lose to that. Wait, how? How do I actually lose to that? Okay, Kiki, if you don't armor break it, it's still pretty annoying. Also, I didn't get that many despair stunts in on anything, which doesn't really help out. This one I maybe should have actually killed you first, but I was like, this is probably fine. It's probably fine. This thing is not going to be doing too much against me. But that second match is something that I normally would win, I think. That's kind of unfortunate. But that unit was pretty fast on the Kiki as well. It did work out that way. Now we have a little bit of Robo flavor up at it. Mostly do skill 1 just for him to get attack buff, because he is actually one of the main damage dealers in this team. And then this rotation around starts dealing a lot more damage, as I would have used an S2 right away. So in that case, I mostly do tend to do an S1 first, and then get the attack buff and then do the rotation that way. It kind of works most of the time. That's just a clean way of clearing things. Then we have this team, which is still, I would say, probably my favorite team out there. I've been using this so much. But you can use Ian in, or you could use anything on the Ian slot. The only thing is you can't use that on the Ian slot against the Nana. That's the only thing where it doesn't really work, but in this case, it's just two simple clears. Man, adding in another way to, or like another preset that has like a super fast clear. In the last few sieges, I've been doing like 4 or 5 hits within the first 5 minutes. Now I can probably add number 6, because, well, the team, I don't think it is countering a lot of stuff, but it's still pretty usable to do it pretty fast. So all of these hits were just very fast, so let's see if we can find another hit. Okay, so next hit, we're going to be hitting this one, and I do kind of want to test to see if it would work against a team like this. I would have to first snipe out you, which might be a little bit bad for the team, but I just kind of want to see how it fares, if it works or not. Could be an Odin on a death tank, but looking at the stats this way, it could be. But it's kind of weird to see 0 buffs on that, so I guess this team is kind of unruined, because otherwise, yeah, just kind of weird. I think it was somewhat up-ruined somewhere, so that's what you do still see in World Guild Battle. Actually, not as much since the patch where you do get the switch between your runes and stuff. So if you de-rune something, it's not instantly de-runed in World Guild Battle. So I think that for that part, it is pretty nice. Okay, so once again, let's go for skill 1 first. And then we go in for the pushbacks. You get all of the pushbacks. And then we go for the damage. Pretty decent damage. And then everything is pretty much dead already to a Varad Snowstorm. And a Yeet. And this team is just still so good, so good. Okay, then we have this team. So what I mainly want to do is you. Then we go for this. Then we will go, of course, for this. We do get a heal block on you, which is actually pretty nice. I think I could potentially one-shot this as well, but I think it would be dangerous not to one-shot this thing. Okay, he does steal attack buff, but I do get him stunned as well in the process, which is pretty nice. We do have to kill you first, but we do still have a lot of healings and things going in. So yeah, since you go for that, I do think I don't really need the Federica as much anymore in this case. If we critted that would have been nice, but I think it's still fine. But you start focusing the Chandra, which can definitely pack a punch or two. That's totally a fine unit. Also, that Nikki skill 1 is just doing a shit ton of damage. That is definitely helping out a good amount. If we do this skill, would we kill because of the double damage? No, did not actually kill. Well, this will most definitely kill, plus it will also put another heal block. That heal block is really good against you. Because sure, you do steal my stuff that way, but at least you're heal blocked, so you're not healing an insane amount. And let's see how much damage we do. Decent amount of damage, but there's a lot of attack increasing effect on you. And actually, I didn't switch damage on wind, which I should have done for this one in the main case. Okay, this team is super slow. It's one of those teams that's trying to out-slow you. But what we can do then is just place no silence over there. I guess we place nothing nowhere. Well, good luck bombing a Acroma, though. Good luck bombing an Acroma. Even without slowing it, there's like a 0% chance for this enemy team to win against me, even if I don't land any of those. 0 activation rates on anything whatsoever, but like I said, 0 chance for this guy to actually win against me, because there's just... he doesn't deal any damage. Yeah, team idea is kind of fine-ish, but if you can't... well, Akroma's just OP. If you use a chroma right in Siege, it should be always an insta-win. Because there's just no way of killing a chroma for a lot of the defenses out there. And if you play that right, it's just impossible. Armor break this time. Kind of late armor break activation, but better than none. Better than none. I would say that Usher is a pretty interesting unit right now as well. Even the skill 1 does a decent amount of damage, so helps out a little bit. Then we have this team, which we do have that going on. Let's go for this one. If we extend it right away, then even your skill wouldn't make it short enough where it's not good. I think I'll just go for skill 2. Because if you strip that, no matter what you strip, I get A to B anyways. Okay, that's good. And now we can go for the kill. Yay. And from there, it's probably an easy cleanup. I don't really think that you would do anything that much against the Tasarion that is decently ruined. Plus, well, yeah, it's just not going to work. Fermion, I think on defense is a decent-ish unit, but I think this one, he does have an RNG armor breaker next to him, so I guess it might work as an okay-ish team, but is it really that great? I'm not sure. He could have had potential right now to kill me because he did place stuff, but he didn't actually strip, so therefore it wasn't cleansed, so could have been bad, but in the end, still worked out. So yeah, definitely Nikki, very strong unit. I'm liking that team. That's definitely a nice team. So if you got an idea about, or like if you want to use your Nikki in Siege, you could be looking at a team like that. I'll showcase the runes in a second, so you can maybe copy that or something like that. So the Chandra's just fast. You can put shield on it, but since I have shield on the Nikki, it's not really a must. It's just for me to have an option that I could put fastest runes on this and I would still probably be in tune. Like even if I make like, I think this is tuned until like a 321 Chandra or something like that, so that definitely does help out. This thing is on a good amount of stats because, well, I'm cheating with like a 34 over here and a 33 over there. So I'm a little bit cheating on those things, but I guess the other this slot is not that crazy. So there's a few lesser slots as well. So you have a little bit of both. And then mainly, well, damage on whatever you want to do, plus attack up. And then for the Nikki, I went for that shield set, and then it's just a lot of additional damage by whatever, and a little bit of tankiness in there, so you can actually pack a punch or two as well, because you're just gonna kill one unit, and then afterwards you're gonna bruise. So in the end, I am very happy with the Nikki pool. I think it is a really cool, really insane unit. I don't think it will be spammed, as I mentioned, for RTA. It will be not a spam pick, but it will definitely be a very good bruiser pick for just like a slot 4, slot 5, if I need something bruiser-ish. I do think it is very strong. Too bad I kind of pulled a 1 balance patch too late, or 2 balance patches too late, where she was super OP. Otherwise, I would have been spamming her with like Maximilian or something, and that would have been pretty much annihilation. But still very happy about this pool. It is a lot better than the last few pools that I had with all of the boring units, or all of the not-so-great units with, I don't even have them in here, with the Humble, the Ritsu, the Beelzebub, like all of those units are like, yeah, cool and all, but not that great. Nikki, definitely a great one. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Try to stay salty, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab, which has the Dungeon Guide Archive and the Video Guide Archive, which contains all of the guides that you need. Hope to see you there.